It was a time. The Fetty Wap Summer was a good summer.
It was a phenomenal summer. I had the time of my life.
I wonder, was that like 2016?
I think 2016. I think technically it came out 2015, but for me, the Fetty summer was 2016, I believe.
2015.
Yeah.
Yep. Man, what a time.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
It was great. That's when I lived in Orlando. So I was single, I was in clubs all the time, and Fetty was on most of the night.
Baby, won't you? Yeah, what a time.
Yeah, it was.
I might listen to that on the way home.
There you go. You're welcome. There's your nostalgia from almost 10 years ago.
Oh, God.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
Season 2, episode 3. Man, we just rolling right along, huh? Official podcast, coffee free agents everywhere. I want to start every podcast now with a thought or an inspirational quote. We ended them all last year with that, or last season, I should say, with that. This one I want to start. I had a thought earlier. Here it is. I want everybody out there to listen to this because this means something to me. Hopefully it means something to you. Quit judging yourself for who you're not. You're a damn rock star. That's it. We can log off now.
Patty.
There you go. Inspirational P. Got a lot of topics tonight, man. A lot going on. Sports is back.
Yes, it is.
Sports are back. Sports is back. Sports are back. You an English major?
No. I think my grandpa was, actually.
Well, that's good for him.
Which you wouldn't know if you just read by the way he talks on Facebook.
Oh, yeah. How old is he?
70
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I think.
He probably can barely work the keyboard.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
No, the reason I ask is clearly I don't know the difference is and are. I think it's are in that situation. Anyway, sports are back. We're ready. We're rolling. College football opens this weekend. Two big games. Two big games. You got Tulane, who's ranked 23rd, I believe. You got LSU, who's ranked 5, I believe. Both of them taking on rather big opponents, I guess you would say. A tough test out of the gates for both of them. You want to start with one of those games? You got any thoughts?
We should probably start with the Battle of Mardi Gras game.
I was gonna get to that.
Mardi Gras game.
We might as well just uncover it, peel it back. For anybody that doesn't know out there, Southern Alabama, South Alabama, whatever. They're based out of Mobile. That's who Tulane plays. They did a hype video for the first game, right? They released their uniforms, and on the back of it, it says "Home of Mardi Gras." And then the whole video they put out was like basically just saying, "Hey, like we're the home of Mardi Gras. We're gonna beat Tulane." Anyways, what are the thoughts there?
They're really just setting themselves up to get trolled pretty bad.
Yeah.
Here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you don't win this game, it's gonna be. They must not be familiar with New Orleans Twitter and how petty we can be.
I think marketing-wise, social media-wise, thought it was brilliant.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get a lot of eyes. You're going to get not even just Tulane fans. I think it's good for Tulane, too. Not even just Tulane fans, but like New Orleanians who see that, they'll support Tulane now. They're going to be like, hell no, what are you talking about? Like, they're going to be all in on it. So it's going to bring more eyes to the game. I was thinking of it earlier, like it's almost like a UFC/WWE style promotion. They're like, hey, what can we do to get more eyes on this game? How do we draw in New Orleans? That's what it is. You got it.
Yeah. You ever been to an Alabama Mardi Gras?
I have not. Have you?
Yeah. My mom lives in Mobile.
Tell me about it.
I mean,
I have questions.
It's the complete opposite. I had my sister or somebody dropped a little stuffed animal or whatever, and I tried to go around the barricade to go get it, and those police flocked and were like, "Get your ass back!" I'm like, hold up, buddy. I'm not used to this. Like, we don't even have barricades. I don't know what the issue is here.
There's barricades for like one stretch, and that's it.
Yeah. So it's like, you can't take drinks out there. We had to finish our drinks at the restaurant, go downstairs.
What the fudge?
The one that I went to was just like in their little downtown area that is, oddly enough, themed after New Orleans.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. I think there's actually similar street names.
Yeah,
if I remember.
I remember the first time. So, Mobile to me, all I know of Mobile is, first of all, it's a pain in the ass to get off at the exit and find anything because the street. I can't even navigate. I feel silly when I get off. The town feels fake. It feels like a replica of downtown New Orleans.
Yeah.
It's clean.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. But it also looks like a ghost town because I never see anybody walking around. Like, I don't know where people actually live there, so I don't know how people experience Mardi Gras there. I don't know it feels fake. That's all I'm going to say.
I agree. That's probably the best summation I could have come up with. Is exactly what you just said. I love Mobile, like at least where my mom lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. She's like out in the country, and then she's like 10 minutes away from everything, so you get like the best of both worlds out there. But yeah, the Mardi Gras thing. So it's weird for me to say because like I don't love Mardi Gras to begin with, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna Mardi Gras, like I want to party and everything, and I didn't feel like I was allowed to do that. Now maybe if there's somewhere else that you can go and watch the parades and have more of a party, maybe there's a conversation to be had. But at least where I've seen the parades, it was just like meh. And then it's not like this big extravaganza like it is here. Like you're not getting the 7-layer floats or you know what I mean, like the alligator or whatever it is, the Pontchartrain.
Everything is a Metairie parade. Is that what you're telling me?
I don't even know if I'd go that far.
Everything is a Slidell parade.
That's accurate, at least from what I've seen. Like I said, this is all what I've seen. There's better parades, and this wasn't Mardi Gras Day. This is, just a random Saturday parade.
Yeah.
But even like the random Saturday parades out here are, top-notch parades.
Yeah, if we're talking New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans.
Especially the weekend before. I mean, they're huge. You got all your super crews now. I did want to give them credit, though. I looked it up, and I wanted to get some numbers together. I wanted to compare and contrast, right? I saw the history of it, which basically like they claim they started it or restarted it after the Civil War to lift spirit. Some dude paraded through the streets. I don't know, whatever. I don't care about the story. What I do care about is apparently they have 40 parades. So just based on numbers alone, 40 parades. I thought that was respectable. For 2 weeks. It goes for 2 weeks just like it does here. Well, I guess you could say ours is a little more than 2 weeks, depending on when you officially say it starts. King's Day is, whatever. We'll get into that later. They have 40 parades. So I looked up how many parades does New Orleans normally have? 80. So just on numbers alone, sheer volume, we double up on what they do.
And that's just New Orleans.
Yeah. That's just New Orleans.
Yeah.
That's not Metairie.
Yeah,
that's not
theirs
the
is like
West
just Mobile. We have everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's not counting Slidell. It's not counting whatever you consider the New Orleans area, right? Like,
right. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like we've had this conversation before.
We might have
about it, but
okay. Let's get into the game.
Let's go.
So, I didn't know. Well, I guess I did know. Like, I've heard a lot of hype about South Alabama. I've heard they're a solid team. I can't remember. They're not a huge underdog in this game.
17 points or something like that?
No. I thought it was like 2 points. Am I wrong?
Oh, I don't know. I'll look it up.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up while I'm talking. Anyways, so I didn't think they were considered a huge underdog in this game, and I was listening to some guys who cover South Alabama just talking about the game, and man, they feel really confident coming into this game. Like they are really expecting to come in and compete and possibly win. They were talking like they were going to win. It kind of took me back. I'll be honest. I was a little flabbergasted, a little befuddled, a little just. Like, what is happening here? They really expect to win. What are your expectations going into the game? Like, who do you think shines through for Tulane? Just let's talk through it.
6.5.
6.5. Okay, so not 2.
Yeah, I thought it was bigger than that. First off, I'm interested to see how much of a difference in offense there is this year, which I think we've kind of both believed that it's not going to be too much different than in the past. Obviously, you want to see Michael Pratt, but I'm expecting him to just be Michael Pratt.
Sure.
And then I want to see who fills in the roles for the guys you lost. Who's the next receiver to step up? Who's the running back to step up? And then the same thing on defense. Who's going to be the leader, the next Dorian Williams, the next Nick Anderson? Who fills those voids?
Yeah. No, that's fair. I mean, I want to see all the same things. I know that it's supposed to rain. Supposedly it's going to be a rainy night going into the game. Or that's what I've heard earlier. I could be wrong. You know the weather is in New Orleans. I would expect, if I had to go into this game with any type of expectations, I would expect, like we talked about, heavy run game. Yeah. Heavy run game. Excited to see how the O-line stands up, because the O-line, in my opinion, is one of the strengths of the team. Obviously, from there, you'll see which running backs will fill in and step up. But I think that I'm of a strong opinion that if you have a strong O-line, any running back can get in there and at least give you something.
Yeah.
Do you have a bold take? Because I have a bold take. And it's not going to sound as bold based on everything we've already said, but coming in, I had a bold take.
No.
You want to hear it? Okay.
Yeah.
So my bold take is Michael Pratt's going to throw for 150 yards, 1 touchdown. Tulane's going to win by 20.
Okay. I mean, I can see that especially if it rains.
Yeah.
I got Michael Pratt with. Let's see. Let me come up with a bold take here. I'll say he won't even throw a touchdown.
Okay.
But he has 2 rushing.
I could see that. He does a little like jump.
Yeah. I just want to
roll.
see I want to see the Michael Pratt Jordan logo celebration.
I love it.
Yeah.
Put it on a shirt. Coming soon.
I'm excited, man. I'm just number one, just excited that football's back. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I was listening to Maddie's show on my way home this morning, and it just got me excited. Like I'm ready. I want them to be, because like we've talked about before, we've seen them have one-off seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Not to the extent of last year, but I just want to see them follow it up again, and hopefully you win this week, you get some momentum going in the next week, and we'll talk about next week when we get there, but
yeah.
Either no matter what the outcome of next week is, like that's not going to kill the season.
No, for sure.
Right? So I'm just excited, dude. It's been a while that you feel like Tulane has a real chance at, like, if they are ranked from start to finish.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
That's very exciting.
Right?
That's very
like
exciting.
even if they start at 23-24 and end at 23-24.
Yeah.
But stay ranked the whole time, that feels like such a small accomplishment, but
it's massive. I mean, I believe, and somebody can fact check me, I'm not going to go look this up. I believe I heard, and if I recall, they haven't started a season ranked in like decades. And I'm talking like longer than before the undefeated season. Like I'm talking SEC days. Like it's been a long time. A long time. So it's impressive. It's very impressive.
I mean, I don't remember. I don't even remember. I'm sure there have been times. I don't even remember that being ranked, period, like in my life before last year.
Yeah.
But I mean, man. I don't know. I'm just excited. Like I don't really have a lot to say because we haven't seen anything yet.
Right.
It's just same thing we've been talking about. You want to see them just pick up where they left off.
Yeah. Just set it off. Yeah, so I had a thought too. That's why I brought up LSU and Tulane. Both ranked awesome going into the season for the state of Louisiana. I know obviously we don't cover LSU a lot. We have other guys that do. Not really LSU fans, but man, it's buzzing in Baton Rouge when you get there for an LSU game. Like I've been to an LSU game. It's a fun time. Which team do you think drops first was going to be my question. They both have tough tests out of the gate.
That is tough.
I'll say it. I'm going to outright say it because the reason I asked is I think it's Tulane. I 100% think it's Tulane. I feel bad saying it.
I don't know. I don't know LSU's schedule. I don't know who they play next week.
Grambling.
Okay, so if they get past this week, then they're likely good.
I think they get past FSU.
Florida State is good.
Are they?
I'm telling you,
Florida State. More. You know more about
Florida
the
State
ACC.
is. They should be good.
I feel like this may be like SEC bias, and it feels weird saying that because obviously I'm a Tulane fan, which means I'm not even an SEC guy. But I just feel like no matter how good you are in the ACC, like you don't stack up.
Well, they stacked up last year.
Did they? They did.
Yeah.
They did. Okay, you're right.
So I mean, and they got Jordan Travis at quarterback, who is going to be one of the better college quarterbacks this year. They got some weapons at wide receiver, and I'm blanking on the dude's name, but there's one that's like legit.
But how good were they so they stacked up against LSU last year,
yeah.
but outside of that, like, is that a fluke?
I think they were better last year than people thought they were going to be, for sure. I mean, I don't know how much that's saying, but one of the better teams in the ACC. I'm struggling to remember like exactly where they ended, but they got some guys. Like they have some talent.
Did they open? Was it the opening game last year, or was it like one of the first games last year?
Yeah, that might have been the season opener last year.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm wondering. So I'm going through thoughts. I'm making excuses here. Is it because LSU didn't have their feet under them yet? You had a new quarterback, you had a new coach.
Yeah. Well, we saw LSU get better as the season went
on
last year. And Florida State kind of just I don't know. This is weird to say, but I feel like they both overperformed and underperformed at the same time, like at certain parts of the season. Whoops. And I don't know, man. They got some guys. Like I hate Florida State, and it's hard for me to really. I don't want to give them any credit at all.
Right.
But I could be realistic, and they got the quarterback, they got the weapons, they got the talent. I don't like Mike Norvell as a coach all that much, and I think a lot of people were surprised that he survived. Like I want to say they rattled off some wins at the end and kind of saved him, and like Miami fans were like, great, but yeah, it's the same thing. Like they got talented players. They're a Florida team that gets Florida players to go to their school, and it's just like LSU. If they get all the Louisiana guys to stay home,
right,
they're going to be good.
Right.
If Florida, Miami, if all those Florida schools get the Florida players to stay home, they're going to be good.
Yeah.
So they got the talent. Whether they can keep up with LSU, so for LSU, it's to me it all rides on Jayden Daniels. Because we saw the ugly Jayden Daniels.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the season,
he came on strong at the end.
Right, and then he's getting the buzz of he's getting Heisman buzz, and
he's getting Heisman buzz. I saw something interesting the other day, and I hate to even throw this out there because people did this to a lot of other quarterbacks of his style, I guess you would say. A lot of people are saying he projects as like a third round wide receiver, or like they don't even think he's going to play quarterback in the NFL. His arm's not that great. Like, people are kind of hating on him too at the same time, like, I don't know. Well, like, what are your thoughts?
You could see why they would say that at points last year, because like there was a point last year where he was getting benched, was there not?
You thought about it. I mean,
right? Like,
or maybe did he get benched for a minute?
I think he did.
Yeah.
And most of his success, when he had success early on, was on the ground. Like, that's what makes him so good. Is that he has that running ability. I mean, it's not like Lamar Jackson running ability.
Yeah.
But it's better. it's upper echelon running ability. So I mean, you could see it, but I don't know, man. Was Justin Fields all that great of a passer? Is he a great passer?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we're past that point. We should be past that point in the NFL.
I think we should too. I think that the only thing they look at with guys like that can run is like how strong is their arm, right? I don't know if Jayden Daniels has a powerful arm, so to speak, but if he can play with anticipation, I think you should be past that. Like, it doesn't take it takes a brain a little bit. It takes anticipation. It takes timing. Like, those are things that I look at the quarterback position. Obviously accuracy, but you can figure it out. If you can move a little bit, things get interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of happened with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
And it was one of those situations where it's like, the dude just wins games.
Yeah.
And,
I'm glad we're talking about this. I got a good subject after this. We're going to roll right into it.
It's the same thing we talked about some of the Tulane guys last year. Like, when when they're on tape, like, they just look good.
Yeah.
How they do it may differ, but if the guy can win games and he looks like he can play, like, take a chance on him, and if it doesn't work out, then you'd be like, hey.
I love it because I have a gripe. I have a bone to pick, and this is going to lead us right into our next topic. Tajay Spears. I'm just going to come right out and say it. Tajay Spears. People, not even Tajay specifically, but that's what's making me say this. People and GMs and scouts and all these people talk themselves out of players so often. It's like, and I get it. It's their job to find the problems. That way they don't look like an idiot drafting somebody who's a bust. But, like, sometimes it's just so obvious that a player is good, and you just just take a chance on him, just draft him. And instead, maybe you don't draft him, maybe you completely take him off your board because of medicals, and then he's healthy going into week one, and then the guy that you do draft is now banged up and might not be there week one. Anyways,
and he has a hamstring issue which could linger the entire season.
Right. It's tough. And I listen. Obviously, I'm talking about Kendra. I'm talking about Tajay. I'm talking about the Saints. Titans, if you want to reference all teams involved, but it's frustrating, right? As a fan, it's frustrating. I'm not talking bad about Kendra. I think he's talented as hell. I don't think he was a bad pick at all. I just think it's silly sometimes that you'll talk yourself out of one guy, and maybe they had Kendra over him anyway, regardless, even if medicals are thrown out. Like, I don't know. He's clearly got talent, but it's just frustrating to see.
Yeah, we talked about it before the draft, like. And that's weird with specifically the Saints, because they seem to target guys that have had a medical history. Like, they're like, It was something with like when we drafted CJ.
Yeah.
You know, he fell because of injuries. So they like to get value on guys that could have been first, second round guys, but they fell because of injuries.
Right.
So like they've never shied away from drafting people with injury history.
So how bad were Taje's medicals? They're saying he doesn't have ligaments in his knee and this and that. He's cutting on a dime.
If you
okay,
ain't got him. Can you tear him?
Yeah, the dude looks phenomenal.
Specifically at running back though, because it's like, let's be real. Like the state of the running back position, the way it's going, you're not planning to keep one of these guys longer than like 5 years.
Yeah, you're not gonna. It's not a bell cow back. First of all, he's not gonna do everything for you. Even if he can, you're not gonna make him, and he's not gonna play 10 years for you.
Yeah, I don't know with Taje if it was just like a combination of because he's small, right?
Yeah.
Is it a combination of size and metrics, and then on top of that the medicals? I don't know, but like that was the most obvious. He can play. Draft him that I've ever seen.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like we talked about it with Nick and Dorian, but it was another level with Taje. Like,
for sure.
It was so like at the third round felt like it was around.
Yeah, I thought he was going in the second.
Yeah,
I really did.
I don't know, man. I'm with you. Would you feel this way if it wasn't Taje?
I ask myself that all the time because I always get all over LSU guys when they're like, "Oh, this player, that player, this player," and I'm like, "It's just because he's an LSU." Like Williams, Damian Williams that we just had. I'm like, Daryl. I don't know. There's so many damn Williams in the NFL, and I think it's Daryl Williams. But they're like, "Oh, go get this guy or go get Leonard Fournette." Like that's the only two names they're throwing out, and I'm like, guys, there are so many other running backs you can get.
Right.
So I get it. I get the homerism, and to answer you, probably. But he's clearly good.
Yeah, no, I mean obviously, like he's, like you could make the argument he's one of the more, I don't think he saw that much time in the preseason because they didn't play Derrick Henry.
Mm-mm.
So, but he was every week. It was like here's another Taje run.
Yeah,
like the one where he like hurdled the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is
seen that before.
Yeah, like this is elite running.
And then he learned how to stiff arm. Whew.
Dude, it is. It's so frustrating because, but like I said, it's because he's a Tulane guy.
It is
to me. That I mean the idea of passing on players because of medicals, like I'm with you no matter what. Because like I said, that doesn't feel like an excuse to me considering their past. Now, granted, different coach at the time, right? Maybe Sean had a different take. You know what I mean? I don't philosophy. Know. Yeah, I don't.
So you want to have deja vu? Remember last year? When we kicked this whole thing off, we were going in the season. You said, "Hey, what's your biggest concern? What's your biggest the group your position is the biggest concern for you?" And I said running back. And I don't know if you've noticed, but here we are back again with one healthy running back going into the season, and no one else. I mean, who we got? Tony Jones, we got Jamal, but then who else?
Yeah, I don't understand the Tony Jones thing. I really don't like. I like what was his first name? Yeah, I can't.
Ellis.
Ellis. Yeah,
is it Ellis?
Yeah. I thought he looked solid, right? It's like I don't know if he was going to be a good guy, or a good player, but like we've seen Tony Jones more than enough to know he ain't it, buddy.
Yeah.
Like there was a time where we thought, hey, this could be another one of those random guys we stumbled into, and then he got real playing time, and it was like,
I wonder if it's that they want a certain style of running back, right? Like Merriweather seemed a little more shifty, like elusive.
I don't know. See, I looked at him as like he's a big guy.
He was big. I'm just like a couple of highlights I'm thinking of. I saw some spin moves and things like that, and I'm thinking like, do they want more of like the Latavius Murray like one cut downhill? I don't know if Tony Jones even fits that bill, but I'm just trying to guess at things here. Like
I just like you're telling me. I don't like if like he's gonna get a lot of playing time if Kendray's out, which they haven't said for sure yet. But if he has to play, even if it wasn't Merriweather, like go get another vet, instead of Tony Jones. Like,
do you think?
I don't. Like you said, Fournette's out there. Like you don't go get him, I guess, because then you're causing a whole situation where it's like it's a lot of star power. Right, and then when Alvin comes back, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you're going to have just Leonard Fournette not getting touches at all.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Like it's just the Tony Jones thing. Like we've seen there. We've done this dance before. We don't need
maybe that's why though they're comfortable with him. They know he knows the playbook. They know he knows the protections, like things like that, right? Like they know they can plug him in for a few weeks, and then when Kamara's back, boom, okay.
But that's great. You could give me the playbook for a month. I could learn it. That doesn't mean I can go run. You know what I mean?
That's
like
true.
just because he knows the playbook doesn't mean he's a good player.
Listen, I'm grasping at straws here. Okay,
I don't know. I understand. Like that's why, I guess. But I don't know, man. I'd almost rather just give Jamal almost all the carries and then sprinkle in some Taysom and be like, nah, no Tony Jones today.
Taysom, you're actually going to line up at running back. I know you run the ball a lot.
Yeah, you don't even have to do that. Like you could just run the Taysom package. I don't know, man. I saw that name. I'm just so done with like those guys, like the Sean Payton guys that just managed to hang around for.
He was on Denver's practice squad.
Yeah, like go back to him. I don't.
We signed him from Peyton, which I hated. I was like, nah, keep him. Keep all your bottom of the roster guys. You keep going
fucking after. Undrafted running back hot potato out here.
Good God. I had other stuff. I don't even remember what I wanted to get into. Let's pull something.
Your
up
position.
Here.
You think running? Well, I guess for the first 3 weeks, it is a pretty big concern at running back.
Yeah, I mean you have one. Like who else do you have?
Yeah, no, you're right.
You got what's the Mims right on the practice squad? Did they? Is he? I don't even know who the hell's on the active roster anymore.
They signed him and Tony Jones, and a linebacker. I think I read
Jaylen, right? Jaylen's on the practice squad.
Well, a different guy today,
okay.
Some special teams guy.
Okay,
but I'm blanking on his name. And yeah, then they let Merriweather and some other people go. But yes, Jordan Mims, I think was the other guy's name.
Yeah, he played with Hainer at Fresno State.
Okay.
So supposedly there's some potential there. So we'll see. Maybe he's the one that gets playing time. I don't know.
Yeah, we're all just assuming it's Tony Jones.
Right.
I don't
know. I don't want to pretend to know. Who knows? They do whatever they want, and then we live with it.
Just pray for running back health for the first 3 weeks, because
if one goes down, then what?
Yeah, not just one. If the one goes down, then you're in trouble.
Jamal?
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to hate on Jamal Williams. A lot of people questioned his stats last year.
We'll see
for different reasons.
17 touchdowns to 17 touchdowns.
You can't deny.
Yeah, I don't care if they gave.
He had 1,000 yards. Huh? He was right at 1,000 yards.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even going to pretend to know. But listen, man, we didn't have anybody. I don't even know if our running backs combined for 17 touchdowns last year. You know what I mean? So
I'd have to look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look it up. You're not wrong.
Like
it's
that feels about right.
Yeah, it's at least a thought. Shit, man. You got any other positions you're worried about? You seem to.
The offensive line concerns me.
The health.
Past the first group.
Yeah.
But I was watching something the other day. I think it was one of the NFL Network shows, and they were talking just about how like nobody these days has like a good secondary offensive line.
Yeah.
That it's like they're just not. Their offensive linemen just aren't being produced like that out of college at that rate.
Yeah.
So it's like nobody there's good starters and things like that, but there's nobody that can withstand 2 or 3 injuries.
Is it that this is just a random thought I had. There's so many good athletic defensive linemen now that it makes it harder to play offensive line?
It could be it. I mean, it makes sense.
Because there's so many freaks on the defensive line now.
It also could be like maybe they're not like cross-training guys where like this guy's a tackle and he comes in and trying to play tackle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I know like Miami, one of the because we have a offensive lineman as a head coach, so he cross-trains all of them so they can all play every position. But that does I don't know if that happens everywhere. Right,
yeah.
And if you come into the NFL and you only know how to play tackle, and you have to play guard, and you just can't, like you know what I mean?
It's tough. Just switching positions in general is tough on the line. I mean, going from like right side to left side, like I had to do that in high school, and it's weird. It feels weird.
Yeah,
everything's backwards, so it's a mental game. It's relearning. Like muscle memory's all off. It's weird.
Well, yeah, that was the discussion. Like when Tehran left, right? People were wondering like, would Ramczyk just switch to the left? And
it's not that easy.
Yeah, Yeah, that's probably my biggest concern. And then I'm kind of worried about the linebackers. Like, who's there? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Like,
you got Werner, you got DeMario, and everybody else.
Like, are we about to throw Zach Bond out there?
I think so.
And hope,
I think so.
Which I'm fine with if they finally decide to use him how they, as what he did in college as like a pass rusher. But I don't know that they're going to do that. And then, like, is Nephi Sewell a guy?
I'm so intrigued to see how it's going to play out because they have totally revamped the front seven in general, and it's a front seven that was phenomenal at stopping the run, and I'm wondering how it's going to turn out this year.
Well, I thought in the it's preseason, take it with a grain of salt. I thought that was something they did really well in the preseason.
Stop the run?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was one thing that like really stood out to me.
Okay.
I don't remember any huge runs.
No.
I mean with the D line, like so Kalen Saunders, I think, is a huge pickup. Brees, whatever, however we say it, looks like he looks good. He seems like he's going to contribute right away.
Yeah.
He's still got questions about the other defensive end, right? Yeah. If Peyton Turner can do his thing, I'm not so worried about the defensive line. I will say the slot corner situation now concerns me with Roby gone because like I love Alontae Taylor, but everybody could see that wasn't what he was meant to do.
Yeah, I don't get it. That feels like they're gambling on a lot of things, and I don't know why. You didn't have to.
Yeah, and I don't like that they're playing this game with him because like what if he's not good there?
Right.
He could be. I legitimately think he could be a really really good number 2.
Yeah.
Cornerback. You feel like you're gambling here, where you could just completely ruin him by throwing him in this position that he isn't good at. Now he's athletic, like he's got a bunch of talent, so maybe with the reps he gets better.
Yeah,
right.
So, working in the professional world, the tech world, startup world, as a CSM, I'm managing expectations a lot, right? So I can kind of feel when somebody's trying to like manage expectations or like lower expectations without outright saying, hey, like, listen, the way they're talking about Alontae, they're like, I love his mindset. I love the way he approaches and thinks through the position. All of a sudden it clicked for him and he's gonna get it. It might take a little bit of time. You might see some things in the beginning that are a little off, but he's gonna get there. I don't like hearing that. I don't want to hear that week 1 through 4, we might get burned in the slot.
Yeah.
That you're supposed to figure that out before the season.
Right. Yeah. I don't. And I mean, there's other guys they got. Is Lonnie Johnson?
Yeah.
Is that the guy?
Safety?
Like, yeah. They brought him in as a nickel.
Yeah.
So like, there's guys that can do it, but like Alontae just needs to be on the field. I don't know. Like, I'm Alontae over Paulson and Debo. Like that's just where I'm at.
At the 2?
At
the 2 or at the
at like the starting cornerback. Yeah. Like I think that's how it should be, and I think they want to have all of them on the field some kind of way, and this is how they're doing it. And I just don't. To me, it just does, and we'll see how it plays out. But to me, it just doesn't feel like the right way to go. And I saw somebody say this, and I think it's the best way to put it is that Dennis just wants the best athletes on the field, which I mean is a strategy.
You could see. I mean, he did it with the front seven. Like he totally. That's what he went with there too. So
it's not like I'm not really trying to question it because like I'm gonna trust Dennis Allen when it comes to the defense. Like I think even last year when it was not great at the beginning, it worked itself out over time. But I think it's like huge this year that we get off to the hot start because I think that the first 3 weeks. Those are all winnable games. Yeah. Right? So, I don't know. I don't like gambling like we are, and it feels like they're playing with fire here.
Definitely playing with fire. And there's a burn ban, so need to calm down.
Yeah.
Relax a little bit. Put the fire out.
Put some burning candles.
Put some shit. Don't tell anybody. I forgot. I totally forgot. Until I'm making jokes.
Let's get into fun stuff. You got some fun stuff to talk about?
I do. I have a bunch of random fun topics, but I have one other very off not vibes, off of like our normal feel. It's politics.
Okay.
Do you want to dip your toe into the waters of politics and hope we don't get killed on Twitter?
We can, but I'll be the first to tell you, like, I'm not super knowledgeable when it comes to all this because I don't care that much.
I'm gonna say this before you even go any further. It's not really like a deep dive on the like which side do you choose.
Yeah, like don't ask if you ask me about like policies and stuff. Like I can't fucking talk to you about that.
So here's my question.
But if you just want to go on a rant, like I'm here for it. Go ahead.
It's kind of a rant. It's kind of a thought. It's something I've thought forever, and I'm still thinking to this day. And I think we've brought it up in the past. And this applies to more than just the person I'm going to start with, Mitch McConnell.
Oh yeah,
you saw it.
Yeah, well, you saw like I don't tweet about politics, but I let a couple fly yesterday.
Yeah, I'll let some fly. And listen, before I get into what I'm going to talk about, Mitch McConnell, regardless of what side you're on, clearly having health issues. Feel for him. Feel for his family. Hopefully, they're at peace and that they can figure life out, and they're not hurting. But what I'm getting at is, do you think there should be an age limit as far as like how old you can be, or if not that, like a cognitive test? Like,
yeah,
there should be something.
Something like. So he did it the one time, right? And that was enough for me to be like, this dude shouldn't be in office. Yeah. But okay, one time, if it's never happened before, which this is what we see,
right?
That was happened twice. I'm like, all right. Listen, we can't. Like, let's flip this. If this was Joe Biden, the president, doing this, it would be like a
massive
uproar, especially from a specific group of people.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Well, and then you'd get into all the other nonsense of people worrying about the vice president becoming the president and all these things, which I don't give a shit.
Like you, Joe Biden's probably too old to be running the country.
Yes, that's another one I'm talking about. There's so many.
Isn't Donald Trump like close to the same
age?
Yeah. It's like, what are we doing?
First of all, anyone, no offense, guys, anyone like 70 and up is probably a little out of touch with what's happening in the world right now.
Yeah.
Like, the world from 30 years ago when you were in your prime. Right. Now it's like you don't know anything about what's happening right now.
No, I'm with you 100%. That was like that was kind of why I think Obama was such a big hit to more people. Obviously you're not,
because he was young.
No one president is going to be like everybody ever. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah,
not now.
Yeah. Well, and that's just taking a step to the other side too. Not that this is an age thing, but that's why Trump was also hit with a lot of people, is that he seemed in tune with a lot of things that people wanted.
Yeah. It's just like how is this?
I don't know.
Like, that's all I can say is how is this being allowed to happen?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I know that. So for as far as president goes, obviously there's an age limit. You have to be a certain age. It was 36 or something like that.
Something like that.
But hey, one more year and I'm there. Running next year, 2024. Yeah, right. I'll be in that one.
There you go.
Hopefully they don't take me out.
There you go.
If you find me in a lake somewhere dead because I drowned, I didn't drown.
What are we talking about?
People in the politics know what we're talking about. Listen, I read it all. I know it all. It's fine. But I think there should be a limit on the other end too. Like, you should be under a certain age or have to take a cognitive test every year.
I agree. Like, I don't even know what more to say. Like, if you watch that and you're like, yeah, this guy should, we're good.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
I'm just at a loss of words, man. I can't believe that this is what we're allowing to make these decisions.
Yeah.
And
he's the speaker. He's the Speaker of the House, right?
Yeah. So it's like he's
the guy.
Yeah.
He's third in line.
Like,
if I remember from high school.
I have nothing to say. Like, it's just baffling that we're allowing this to happen.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like anything's going to happen. Like, is he ever going to be like...
I don't know. I think that he has to retire, right? He has to.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. Like, I agree.
Isn't there, this is where people are going to clearly understand that I don't follow politics that well. Isn't there also a senator that's, like, in a wheelchair and, like, has had issues, been in a hospital, is not even cognitive right now? Like,
I don't know.
And she's still sitting in Congress.
What are the steps we could take to get this guy out of there?
Listen, I don't even want to go into that. I don't know. I don't care.
This is not even like a policy thing. He clearly is
He's
not
too
mentally
old.
fit to do this. So
Yeah.
what are the steps that need to be done?
For me, it's like it's so clear that it should also be clear to every other politician, and there should be a discussion had.
Well, I think it is. I think it is clear, but they also are probably just like, if he's there, we can get done what we need to get. Like,
Maybe.
I don't know, man. It's
Old man McConnell.
I hate politics so much.
All right, let's move away
It's all
from
just
that.
a shit show.
I just wanted to call attention to that and say, listen, he's too old.
We'll,
Other
you know
people
what?
too old.
We'll call attention to it every time it happens.
That's fair. I like that. Let's listen. This could be a great transition. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready? Who had the better breakout album, 50 Cent or Fetty Wap?
What is 50 cents?
Get Rich or Die Trying, I think was his breakout album, I would say.
I want to say 50, but Fetty Wap had some hits for a minute there.
Dude, so my initial question that I wrote down earlier before you got here was, who had the who was like, I forget how I worded it, but it was going to come out to like unquestionably it's 50 because 50 has had the longer career.
It's
had more attention.
definitely 50 Cent, but
the breakout album, like the very first,
trying
like,
to
boom,
make-
I'm here.
like just commercial hit wise, it might be.
Fetty had a summer.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean.
He had a summer. I mean, he had banger
Listen,
after
man.
banger after banger.
Right.
Like, there's a conversation to be had. Now, I'm going with 52 because
yeah.
I grew up at that time.
Yeah.
But, man, you got to at least give Fetty his flowers.
That's what I'm thinking. Like that's like my answer is 50, but I think if somebody tried to make the argument for, because I don't know off the top of my head all the songs on both albums, so I'm like,
We got.
but I know Fetty had a moment, and I know it wasn't long, so it had to all be on that one album.
They were all on that
Yeah.
one album. Any Fetty song you think of was on his first album. I guarantee it. There was like one that came out later, and it was not that great. It was all right. Like
He still puts them out every now and then.
that's
and
what I'm
it's
saying. Like
just not
there's
it,
others
you know?
I've heard, but I'm like, yeah, that ain't it. But 50, that first album, I think it had Wanksta, it had In the Club, it had 21 Questions, it had Many Men, it had hits.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
it had hits. I can't even think of the other ones. There's way more. And then Fetty, he's got a whole summer of hits. So
I can't even pretend to remember like all the songs on here. Dude, he's got like 7 albums. When the fuck did that happen?
Fetty Wap,
Yeah.
I didn't know. I had no idea.
Trap Queen.
There you go. What else we got on the first album? Keep it
My
moving.
Way.
Yeah.
See, some of these are like were hits, and I just don't remember the names. It's got
That's
20
okay.
songs on this album.
There was at least 6 or 7 on there that I think I know, or maybe let's say 5. I'll be a little more conservative.
He was not a percentage shooter. I can tell you that.
It don't
20
matter.
Songs.
You put up enough, you're gonna have a couple.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, no, I'm going 50. But hey, Fetty Wap had an album. He had a summer. Might not even been a whole summer. Might have been a couple weeks. But it did feel like at that time, it was just one after another.
It did. It was like, man, this dude's never going away.
I remember we went to Hangout Fest that year, which is at the beginning of the summer,
Yeah.
and he was there. Man, it was a crowd. What a time that was! Like he really didn't perform anything. He kind of just played.
He didn't have to.
Yeah, but it was
Everybody,
fun.
his songs, everybody knew every word. So
Oh,
he
it was
literally
such a good time.
It's like Lil Wayne. When Lil Wayne comes out, he's not really great live. You just rap it. You know every word. So
It was a time. The
Yeah.
Fetty Wap summer was a good summer.
it was a phenomenal summer. I had the time of my life.
I wonder, was that like 2016?
I
maybe?
think 2016. I think technically it came out 2015, but for me, the Fetty summer was 2016, I believe.
2015.
Yeah.
Yep. Man, what a time!
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
It was great. That's when I lived in Orlando. So I was single, I was in clubs all the time, and Fetty was on most of the night.
Baby, won't you? Yeah, what a time.
Yeah, it was.
I might listen to that on the way home.
There you go. You're welcome. There's your nostalgia from almost 10 years ago.
Oh God.
Right? 7, 6, whatever, 7. All right, another fun thing. Let's play a game.
Yeah, I love
We've talked about this before. We never did it. I don't know if you're going to just fall in line because it takes a little bit of thought. I don't know how quick you can come up with these. But here's the game. No rhyme or reason to it. I want to assign cartoon characters to professional athletes.
Oh God.
You can come up with athletes. I have a list that I wrote down, and I have people that I think they remind me of already. So I can start with that if you want to kick that off and just kind of like go with it. See where it takes us. What do you think?
You're gonna have to carry this.
Okay, I'll give you an easy one. Easy one. Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, so yeah, Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, so you want me to just come up with somebody when you...
It's the first cartoon character you think of when I say an athlete.
Do you have your answers for them?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
All right.
Oh, I lost my list. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna keep it with the Chiefs. Travis Kelce. Make it quick.
Johnny Bravo.
Yes! Holy shit!
Is that what you said?
Yeah. Johnny Bravo. I have that written down. It's exactly what I wrote.
But he's like...
No, it's 100%.
I guess.
It's 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the first. Listen, it's also the first thought I had. So like, I just roll it like the first thought. If you come up with an athlete, shout it out, and I'll say something. But I'll keep going down the list. Drew Brees. Got it?
Doug.
Oh, that's a good one. I don't
know why.
That. I like that though. The more I think about it, it's funny too. Just all the dynamics too, because his best friend's like a hip guy.
I didn't even think that much.
They got a cool handshake.
That's just what came to mind.
No, but the more I thought about it, the funnier it got. Like the dynamic is there. Think about it. He's like best friends with like Michael Thomas and Jimmy Graham. He's like this trying to be this hip white dad. That's what Doug reminds me of. Just a corny hip white dad.
What was the what's the Wild Thornberries? He could also be the dad from Wild Thornberries.
Maybe. I could see that. With the dude with the mustache?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I wrote Elmer Fudd.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know why.
He's short. That's
just his first thought I had. Alvin Kamara. You got anything for that?
No.
I'm changing my answer. I had Tasmanian Devil, but now that
I swear that's what was in my head, but I was like, I don't know.
Now that you mentioned the Wild Thornberries, I'm going the little boy, the little boy that was like a wild animal from the Wild Thornberries. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but Alvin's so chill.
I'm just talking about the hair, I think.
Yeah, that's what I guess you go with there. But like, I'm trying to add like some personality into this too a little bit.
That's fair.
And he's just so chill. Like I don't have anything.
Yeah. I'm going first thought, to be honest. Like that's when I wrote these down, I just went first thought that popped in my head.
Okay.
I got one more, and then if you have any you want to throw out, we'll go into it. If not, we'll keep it moving. Last one on the list. We kept a lot of these kind of local. We're going Zion Williamson.
But
what you got?
I got I don't know, man. Give me it.
All right, so I went with the purple Monstar from Space Jam.
Okay. Like, that's fine. But it's also basketball.
That's fair.
It's not as exciting.
That's, it's just in a big freak of a guy. He's a Monstar. That's what I'm going with. Think of an athlete.
I mean, I can just name athletes
you
want.
Name an athlete.
Anthony Davis.
Oh, shit. What's the dude? Slim Jim? Or not Slim Jim. What's, shit. I can't think of the guy's name. Earthworm Jim.
Who the hell is Earthworm Jim?
I don't know. It's the first thing that came to my mind.
I was thinking Gumby.
Also, yes.
What if we do this the opposite way? What if I give you the character?
Yes. Let's do that too.
Woody.
Oh, God. Brett Favre.
Peyton Manning.
Oh, that's a better one. Yeah, the other one's kind of disrespectful. I'm sorry I did that.
Fuck Brett Favre.
I was like Gunslinger. Josh Allen? Maybe?
Okay. Mojo Jojo.
Oh, my God. Rajon Rondo.
Okay.
That's it. I don't know why. Just like a brainiac.
I want to give you one more.
Come on.
Maui.
From
yes.
The Disney movie?
Yeah.
The Rock.
Oh, come on.
It's who he is.
We're talking athletes
This is the first thing. He was an athlete. It's the first thought I had.
Not a bad Zion.
I get that.
Okay.
I get that. All right, we'll move on. We've gone off the rails. All right, what are we at? 50 minutes? Almost 50 minutes. So we're going to Smash or Pass now. So Smash or Pass is brought to you by Coop's Burgers.
Yes.
Coop's.burgers everywhere.
Yes.
Instagram, Facebook. They're not on Twitter. Coop's Burgers. Look them up. Get the hot boy. Tell them Patty sent you. They're somewhere every night of the week. Phenomenal burgers. They're also doing catering now. So if you got a party, want some smash burgers, They're phenomenal. First topic in Smash or Pass. Smash or Pass, watching a sporting event at a bar.
Smash.
Tell me more.
I just like the atmosphere of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Like with with friends, with other fans. Like
not just like random, not by myself with people. It also depends, I guess, on the game, the situation, the team. So like when Vegas was in the Stanley Cup, like it would have been a lot cooler to be at a bar full of Vegas fans, right? Yeah. Instead of just by my lonesome at my house.
Yeah.
But for the Saints, a lot of times I prefer to just be at my house. Mm-hmm. At least for away games, because I'm at the home games. But
I agree. I agree with almost everything you say. But I'm gonna pass, and the reason I pass is because most of for me, there's so much that goes into watching a game at a bar. Like there's so many requirements and checklist items I have for me to watch the game at this bar. First of all, there has to be other fans there. Yeah. I don't want to be alone. Second of all, you have to have noise from the game. I need to hear the game.
I get that.
A lot of bars don't do that, and it's annoying. I'm not there to listen to your damn jukebox. I want to hear the game.
I get that.
Even if it's Joe Buck, who I hate, I still want to hear the game.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah. So I'm going to pass, but there are situations where I'll definitely be all in on that.
Yeah, the atmosphere of it for me is fun.
Do you have a favorite event you've watched in a bar?
Favorite event I've watched at a bar? I don't know. To be honest, I don't know that I've watched that many games at a bar.
It could be it doesn't have to be just a game. So mine is my favorite thing I've ever seen at a bar, sporting event wise, was UFC. I forget the card number when McGregor knocked out Aldo in 9 seconds or whatever it was.
I don't know that I've ever. The more I think about it, I'm not sure I've ever really went. I mean, we went to Mid-City Yacht Club to watch the Pels.
Yeah, they lost.
Yeah, but I don't know that I've actually. Because I tend to Super Bowl. We do Super Bowl parties. Mm-hmm. The Saints, I'm usually at the game or home. I watched Miami get their fucking teeth kicked in by Clemson in the ACC championship in 2017, so that was fun.
Yeah. My experience watching games at a bar is kind of like that, and that's another reason. There's this ominous cloud. Yeah. I don't like to go to bars to watch games because normally my teams lose.
I can't remember a positive experience. This is weird.
Yeah, I don't. That's another. I didn't even bring that up. I forgot about that. But yeah, just not for me.
I'm still gonna say Smash, but like I said, I don't know that I've had. I mean, I've been at bars and just. They've had whatever NFL game is on, right? But
I've seen
I don't think I've ever really made it a point to be like, all right, a game's coming on and I'm going to watch it at a bar.
So one caveat, one exception to my rule that I just threw out: Mid-City Yacht Club. When you're talking Pels 12 parties, they're fun.
Yeah,
I've had some good experiences there. They have the sound on. That's one thing the Pels 12 are very high on. They get a private room, not a private room. They have the room in the back. They turn the game on. They have the sound on for the game. It's real cool. There's food. There's good drinks. You're there with a bunch of Pels fans. I actually watched them have a comeback win. It was crazy. I forget what game it was, but it was fun. That was probably my best experience for a local team that I like.
Yeah, I just have more fun. Like how we did the Cotton Bowl thing here.
Yeah,
I think I'd rather do that. We're in control of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can make cocktails.
I feel like I'm starting to change my mind here. But I'm sticking with pass. I mean Smash. Sticking with it.
It's fine. Yeah. You'll come around. Okay, this is kind of the same vein. So we're going to go Smash or Pass. Drinking just one drink, whether it's a beer, a cocktail, whatever, just having one. And then going home or stopping, calling a night, whatever.
What's the scenario here? We're just...
hey, babe, I'm just going out for one drink. Or I'm at dinner, I'm just going to have one beer. And then I'm going to go home.
Dinner?
I'm not going to drink anymore.
Okay, so dinner, Smash... But just going and I'm gonna overall. I guess I'm gonna pass.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, and it's not, this is a very open question here.
I don't think it is. I've been seeing lately, on the interwebs. On the interwebs, I've been seeing people talk about proper drinking, which is kind of a joke, right?
Proper drinking.
It feels like an alcoholic term. Proper drinking. The thought is, I'm not going to have just one drink. Like if you're going to ask me to go for a beer, I'm not going to go have just one beer. That's silly to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go proper drink and have a few or whatever. Or like some will joke, well, I'm going to get obliterated and blacked out, which I don't recommend. Do not do that. If you do, you might be an alcoholic. Come talk to me. But I'm going to pass as well. And my reasoning is actually having one drink, it's like icky. Like it makes me, I don't like the way I feel. First of all, I don't like the way I feel most of the time when I drink, but like, at least if you have a couple, you don't feel it, you just kind of push through it and then you go to sleep, you wake up, you're fine. Having one drink and then like going about my business, then I'm just like groggy and like full and I don't know. It's just not for me. So I'm passing.
If I'm going somewhere, like if I'm making the effort to go somewhere, one drink feels like a waste of time. Like I just did that at my house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, no, I'm gonna pass on that. Dinner, I don't like to really drink alcohol with my food.
Yeah.
Like if I go out to eat, like I'll have a couple drinks,
mm-hmm.
and then when I get my food, like I don't want really alcohol anymore.
Okay.
So I could see dinner being a one drink situation for me, but just go into if we were done this and we're like, hey, we're gonna get one drink, like it's not gonna happen. Number one, I drink so fast. Like
one drink's gonna be 5 minutes and I'm out. That's silly.
Yeah, and then I just feel awkward sitting there with nothing.
Yeah.
That's kind of the situation for me when I go out. Like I have to have a drink in my hand.
Right.
Because I don't socialize all that much, so I need something in my hand or just like I don't know what to do with my hand situation.
I've been there. And like I'll just get like a water or something just to make sure I'm like holding something. That's what it is. Okay. That's all I got, to be honest with you. There's some other random topics, but we're at a good time here. So what you got? You got anything?
No, I told you I had nothing today. I don't know. My mind was just elsewhere.
On the tour.
The last year, the tour.
On the tour.
A lot of logistics to figure out with that.
I was going to say, have you set up the travel? Because you still haven't told me what the hell we're doing. I saw the bus.
You like the bus?
I do like the bus.
I don't know how useful it's going to be.
I know we have to go a lot of places where a bus is not going to help.
I think we need a boat or a plane.
That'll help for the North America version. I mean.
Yeah. We can get to Mexico.
Yeah, in 3 days.
Magic.
You're not thinking this through.
But it's happening.
All right.
It's happening one way or another.
I'm here. I'm along for it.
We're going to get where we need to go.
You point me in the direction, and I'm there.
Okay.
I'm there. That's all we got. I don't have anything else. Follow us everywhere. Follow at Who Effin' Knows on literally everything. Subscribe online. Please go subscribe to the YouTube. We put out shorts. We put out all kinds of stuff there. So that's really the biggest place everything is.
Yeah.
Brew Bros is coming back. Sorry, did you have a thought?
I was just going to say, I guess we should say that we don't know what's going to come next week or if something's going to come next week. Well, we're figuring this out. Like I said, logistics of the tour.
Yeah.
So,
still trying to set up travel. I know we were talking about that earlier, so we'll connect. Yeah. Maybe we'll put something small out, or we'll figure it out. But speaking of putting something small out, Brew Bros is coming back. Yeah. It hasn't gone away, technically. We've just kind of changed the rhythm at which we put it out. We're trying to aim for every other week, just because of our schedules, work, things like that. It's unrealistic to do that and this every week. Unless we pull a Devin Snow and quit our real jobs and just go all in on this stuff, which kudos to him. I can't do that.
Yeah, there's also a lot.
That's not shade. Sorry.
Also a lot less coffee places than I thought.
Yeah, there's plenty of other places.
A lot less places we want to do, I should say.
That's true. Yeah. We want to show the best of the best of the best, sir. Get that reference?
No.
Okay, it's fine.
It's stuck in my head.
Oh, that's it. Follow The Know everywhere. Be in The Know. TheKnow.com. Just check out TheKnow.com. Save it. Bookmark it. Check it out every day. We're releasing stuff all the time. Pels season is coming.
Yes,
our Pels riders are hot and heavy. Putting out video content. Dylan has been killing it with his video series. Pels Press has also been killing it with a couple cool little hype videos and different things going on, man. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on there. There was an Antonio Daniels interview that just came out. So if you're excited about the Pelican season at all, follow Be in the Know. Check out TheKnow.com. There's a lot of stuff coming up. We're going to do Pel stuff too, I'm sure.
Yeah, football season also.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm kind of. We've talked about football the whole episode, so.
Yeah, I'm just saying we got some content. Hopefully,
Yeah.
coming. We threw some ideas out there, and hopefully we run with them and we get this rolling. And
Yeah. Stuff behind the curtain that's in the works. Don't want to commit to anything and get you guys' hopes up, but any fantasy stuff maybe, and maybe some other pregame, postgame stuff. We'll see.
If you got ideas of what you'd
Manpower.
want us to do, throw that out there.
Yeah,
We're open to things
for sure.
sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not. Don't talk to me. Yeah, that's all I got. Until next time. Bye.
Deuces.